Welcome back to Wilson's Heart. Last time we met some more survivors, and we're running out of this room now that this door has appeared. Let's go after him. Yeah, there he goes.
Get the hell out of here!
Alright, they're heading off that way. We should probably go after them. There's only a cage. Well, not a cage, a gate barring that way. Nowhere else we can go, so let's follow our new friends.
What the? Oh, shit. No getting away from it. Interesting. So, fight keeps you away.
Alright, we've encountered what appears to be some living darkness. Unfortunately, that's separating us from our friends. Can't go in there, but they can't come out here. They don't like it where there's light. So you just have to keep that in mind. Alright, well, we're in a pretty small area right now. What can we do in here? Well, let me get my chair. There we go, put my hand on this. There we go. Vision. Turn the top of the device to reveal the idol. Aim the device at failing light sources. Press either grip or trigger button to bring them back to full power. Return device to your chest. Alright, so our artificial heart has abilities. We saw the doctor use it inadvertently last time, where he zapped a light source and turned it on, a lamp. Speaking of lamps, some of them you can turn on and off. Hold on. My desk is, like, right there. I'm gonna back up a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Can I turn that back on? There we go. Okay. No reason to turn it off, I guess. I don't think I can open these. No, nothing here for me. Well, the important thing was to get that information about what our thing can do, our orb.
Light with the device.
Yeah, that blinking light. Now, I'm getting a little rumbling going on. I don't think there's any way for you to detect that. But when I get that, that means I can take this out. Ah! There we go. So we can just pull it, reach into our chest and pull this out whenever we need it. And this is the vision, as the tutorial called it. There we go. Lights on. Back you go. Wilson does not sound like he enjoys that whenever we take it out or put it back in. But it will be necessary. We turn that on. And now we can see what we're doing here. Nothing in there.
There's something.
Yep. Perhaps something that one might be able to use to pick a lock of some kind. Well, nothing... A lockpick does not help us over here. But maybe over here. Yeah, the lockpick appears. So we could try to open it. But that's not happening because we have this padlock. But we can see the actual lock right there. Maybe we can take this and fiddle around. There we go.
That should do it.
That should do it. Maybe we should keep the lockpick. I mean, we can't. We won't be using it, but I don't have the option of taking it with me. Oh yeah, that's right. Another one of these. Get two hands on there. They really want you to remember that sometimes heavy things require two hands. Boiler room. Incinerator, huh? And it's dark. And we do have some living darkness in here. But they can't come into the light. So let's just remember that. So, the others didn't seem to know what we were talking about when we mentioned a teddy bear But maybe this is more the sort of thing that they've been encountering. Alright, here's some gas.
Let's brighten this place up.
Ignite? Uh-huh.
And why the light's going out?
Ah. Button doesn't work. Well, okay, gas is now coming out of there, but the ignition does not work. Maybe we have to find another source of fire to light this up and get rid of... well, whatever these guys are. They're blocking the way.
What a mess.
Yeah, it's a hallway, but it's collapsed. Can't go that way. Okay, we can't look at those doors yet, I guess. Let's head down to down here.
What God's name? Looks like the only way out. How am I gonna?
How are we gonna? Just love Peter Weller's deadpan reactions to everything. I mean, he's not really like that when he's talking to other people, but when he's on his own, he's not having too much of a reaction to much of any of this. Okay, that sign says exit. There were lights, but they shattered. They're not blinking in and out. They're just broken, so we can't fix them with our heart. Because they're just broken lights. Nothing we can do there. It's also dark down there.
No easy way about it.
Who knows? Maybe they're friends. Maybe they just want to give us a big hug. No way for us to find out, I guess. As Wilson does not want to walk in there. So this is a button. Nothing's happening. No power. No way of opening this without power. Please keep this area clear for supply cart. Kerosene tank is that way. And what's in here? Looks like a break room. They got a Splodopop machine. Man, we could really go for a Splodopop right about now. But that's not the machine Wilson went to. He went to the cigarette machine. I don't know if Wilson smokes. But I mean, hey, it's the 40s. Everyone did, so...
Broken.
Yeah, nothing's coming out. I mean, he would need something to light up a cigarette anyway. And he needs fire for a more pressing thing. So it's not like cigarettes would be helpful. Alright, some sort of... it says safety switch, but we can't open this up. It's screwed on. Someone was playing checkers. Electro Screw, model OXR5, the Mighty Tool Company. In the battery goes.
Nice.
And in the inventory dimension, that goes. Alright, well now we can unscrew something. A window with drapes looking into another corridor seems like an odd thing.
Not a fan of light, huh, asshole?
Well, we cleared out a path to that door anyway. Got a lamp that's working, so we can, to make it easier for us to read, Knight of the Hampire. Let me find my hand rest chair. Where do I have it? It's right here. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Maybe like that. Get my chair out here. Okay, this is probably pretty good. Enter the amazingly wonderful world of simians. Instant pets, just dump them in a bowl. They can even be trained. No, they can't. Man, what were these things? I remember this illustration. I mean, it wasn't exactly that, but there was a real illustration in old comic books selling you something that you were supposed to put in an aquarium. Can't even remember what they were called now. Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
Goddamn vampire pigs.
Yeah, Wilson not a fan. Let me get my hand in a better position. He's not a fan of these vampire pigs. Alright, that's a bit better. So, we got a pig on a truck, out of courage, gotta get to town for a fresh jug, giddy up. But then a box falls out of the truck among some foxes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where'd this crazy crate come from? But then a hand comes out. Eep! Why, Hamsylvania, my tasty morsel, says this pig, who floats. Yeah, I don't know how to do things in Hamsylvania, but around here you mess with a fox, you get the troop. Alright, this vampire's in the wrong side of the forest, clearly. They're pulling weapons on him immediately. How cute! He does a thing, and then everyone's heads explode. Except him. Delicious. Time for the main course. The fox runs gets to his bike, rides away. Later, freak, let's see you catch me now. Hey, buddy, you forgot your hat. Flap, he throws the hat in the fox's face. The fox can't see where he's going. He falls off a cliff. Somehow survives, hits this log, falls off another cliff, somehow is alive and finds a church. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He's laughing at something. Ha ha ha, take that, chump. You can't touch me in here. Everyone knows you freaks can't enter a church. He smacks his ass at the vampire hog. Too bad for you, creep. Ain't none of this sweet rump for you. Ha ha, hee hee hee. You know... Ha hoo hoo ha. Ooh. This silly religion wasn't even a bad idea when I was reborn. These trinkets have no more power over me than the average shoe. Does, however, make a fine toothpick. Deep in the musty bowels of the Northampton Historical Society. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, finally. I'm sorry, Professor Badger. I don't know what happened, but there were some bumps, and I didn't hear, but I got here, and, well, my truck was empty. Good Lord! Slams the door in the pig's face. Oh dear, oh dear. Where is it? No. Come on. Read, read, read. I like the sound effect read to illustrate reading. There's no time to lose. I need to prepare supplies, weapons, so much to do. Meanwhile, in an abandoned church... Now that I've satiated a very old hunger, I think it's time to raise a family. But where to start? Then he sees some animals dancing around a campfire. Yes, this will do nicely. Back in New Hampton. No time to lose. Need supplies, ancient metals, old world spices. Now to the market. I hope I can get in. There's no telling how long we have before his army is raised. Oh. He finds a town full of vampire animals. Good evening, sir. My cousin Larry and I are here to invite you into our family. Perhaps as an uncle? Yes, uncle. What was your name, old-timer? Uncle Irma. I would have gone with a more manly name. No matter. Welcome him in. Yes! Oh no, what's going to happen to our professor?
Paper pals, I remember them.
Wilson talking about the paper pals. Improbable paper pals. But first, let's look at this. Well, a duck's head or a swan maybe, head is chopped off, and here's a skunk with a sword. You know, old-timer, if you plan on surviving the night, you might want to try being a bit quicker on your feet. Taking their heads only slows them down for a minute. Not to mention he still has his head. Yes, I do. Who is this mysterious stranger? And will he survive the night? Oh no, things are not looking so good for our, I didn't even gotten anyone's names. Our professor and skunk. But here's girl pals and boy pals will love improbable paper pals. Make your very own real photographs of the Origami Kid and Paper Lad and terrific action scenes, just like they appear in your favorite comics. Wow. Available only through this ad. Only 49 cents. This comic, this has the format of having small panels with a lot of text. The comics we've been reading previously had larger panels with more elaborate illustrations. I wonder what format do you like more? Do you like the older format of, small panels, just having a lot of panels on... Can I turn that? There we go. Just having a lot of panels on one page, so you can actually have more, like a lot more story, a lot more progression in a single issue. But there's not a whole lot of room for artwork. Or do you prefer the kind of comic where you have large panels with lavish art getting across, illustrations, but maybe there's not that much space for dialogue or story? Anyway, we got this electric screwdriver. Let's do this. There we go. Alright. Push those in.
Let's see.
Alright, sounds like power got turned on to this door.
It's foul.
Bedpans, and also... Get hitting my desk. Hold on. Just back up a bit. There we go. Got a bottle. What might I fill that bottle with? I guess we'll find out. "1929 Worker Safety Award, St. John of the Cross."
Last time they had a cleanup crew in this dump.
It's a nice trophy. Big. Heavy. What do you suppose we're going to do with that trophy? Got some pin-ups. Oh, hold on. My heart's rumbling. Yeah, turn on some light. I don't know why Wilson's so eager to find his real heart. Like this, not only does this thing keep us alive, but it also has some neat features concerning turning on lights. And we need some lights to maybe read a newspaper.
Dr. Harcourt.
What does this say? Let's see. This is from May 27th, so earlier in the year. Mysterious deaths continue. A string of unexplained deaths have plagued the Breckenridge area recently. Latest victim is ice cream attendant Patrick Ryan, age 46. Let's see. No signs of foul play. This comes after the deaths of 2 homeless men found under a bridge. Why are people dying mysteriously around here? But also, here's Arthur Harcourt receiving an award in excellence in medicine. Awarded top honor to Dr. Arthur Harcourt, St. John of the Cross Hospital. Despite his age, he has no plans for retirement. Look, this man loves his research in medicine and the occult. It can be both things. Why not? For horoscopes, let's see. Aries, stay low and stay out of trouble. The minions of darkness have found a door. They will flood your world and burn your essence from eternity. Hide. It's all you can do. But for how long? Taurus, beware domestic disputes. The killing has only just begun. Gemini, a good week for initiative and taking risks, provided you are vigilant. Reserve October 29th for your luckiest day. Your miserable life will soon be over. Your rotting carcass will have no problems. Cancer, you're likely to have canceled appointments or broken bones this week. Don't be discouraged. It's only a phase. You will soon be dead. Avoid financial or business decisions this week. New headstones are on the horizon for you. Leo, you're going to die today at 4:22, the moment you put down this newspaper. There's no escaping it. You're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die. Wow, that's specific. Usually horoscopes try to be vague and imprecise, but that one is real specific. I guess Wilson must not be a Leo, because we put down that newspaper, and we seem to be doing okay. All right. Where else do we want to try? Well, we exposed this door. What do we have here? Open? Sure. Why not open it? Yeah, grab it here. Open it up.
Kerosene.
Kerosene. And it's giving us our bottle. Let's dunk it. Alright, we got a bottle full of kerosene. Now what might we want to do with that? I wonder if those other people that we met, are they fighting the living darkness? What are they doing right now? Oh, by the way, that trophy we picked up, well, you might not realize it, but, like, we're just gonna smash that... Yeah, it's not really what I thought we might do with that trophy. I did kind of get a bit of a laugh at seeing that silhouette over there. Pretty clear what it is we're gonna be doing here. Why? I'm not sure. Maybe Wilson just really wants his smokes. Alright.
Those could come in handy.
We busted it. And, hitting my desk again. Really is just in a very small space here, so I keep having to back up and then reorient so I can actually lean forward. Alright, this is why we did that. Mighty matches. Light on the first strike. Alright, now we have the means to create fire. We got some big buck cigarettes, 10 big bucks. We got Dr. Otomo's asthma cigarettes. For your health. Not recommended for children under 6. White Squall cigarettes. And, just Lone Star cigarettes. Wilson's not taking them. I guess he's just doesn't feel like he needs them right now. But we needed some fire over here.
See how this thing likes fire.
Let's see him out. Yeah, let's see how they like fire. Pull out a match. Toss it in.
Damn.
Looks like there's a bloody mattress in there. Yeah, so he said, yeah, it didn't seem like that actually affected anything, did it? Anywhere else we can go? Well, there's over here.
Let's see.
Gauges. Well, there is this big lever we can try without really knowing what it does.
Gotcha.
Alright, that's what it does. It opened up. It opened that up. Bones and blood. And the reason we were doing that... Hey, we found a...
Missing pages.
Well, we found half of a page. A light burst forth, destroying the darkness. Yeah, we've seen that. Alright, we got another half a page. And I guess this is what this is what the living darkness would do to people, I guess. I guess that is one hug that just doesn't quit. You also have this cart here with a couple of mattresses. We can
light up real nice.
We can push it. Wilson says this will light up real nice. Okay. Darkness in front of us. Kerosene in hand. Let's get wet. Yeah, that's right. Saturate this with kerosene. Yeah. And our matches. And a push.
Take that!
We did it! The exit's exposed, and I guess we're not going to put that fire out. It's probably fine. Like, the building won't burn down just from that, right? Probably not. Probably not. It's one large octopus. Newspaper in front of us. Search for missing bodies continues. Number of corpses, rash of body snatchings, 3 missing cadavers from the hospital's morgue. They've been... Someone's stealing corpses? But why? Next phase in the Merzarian war trials. Ripley's Believe It or Not, man subsists entirely on vegetables. Wow. I don't know if that's possible. Here's also a potato shaped like President Truman. Mayor Rampage? Mayor Charles Henderson was out on the town. When he was at the cinema, he became aggressive, entered a theater without paying admission, became nonsensical, argued with people who weren't there, became belligerent, started swinging at the air, struck his wife, pulled a theater chair out of the ground, hurled it at the movie screen. Wow. I mean, that sounds like a man who's going to get reelected. That's what I think. I mean, his opponents may try to say, what about the night where he went insane in the movie theater, hit his wife, and started throwing chairs? And like that, you know, people will just say, I like a mayor who has that fire in him. A real get-up-and-go type of person. He gets things done. What are those things?
Hey, anyone down here?
You know, things. He gets them. Done. We're heading into the hydrotherapy ward. Wilson called out if anyone is here, but no one responded. Anyone down here in hydrotherapy? Room A. So, this is a medical hospital, but this door in front of me kind of looks like a cell door. Hello?
Oh, shit.
That appears to be a very large man dragging away a nurse through a wall. And yeah, that is a padded room. Can't open that. So I guess this hospital is also a mental hospital. Over there. Danger, high voltage. All right. So lights are turning on. A lot of places we can look at. You can see I can teleport to a number of locations. Like this bathtub.
What happened here?
Well, beneath us are a shirt, some overalls. It says Will. Will's clothes are here. I don't see Will. Oh no, that was acid. So it is possible to die. Alright, we got a bathtub full of acid. I can only assume Will took a bath. And now there's no Will. So, remember the bathtub has acid. Gotta figure out to do something about that. A radio and a comic book. Well, let's read the comic book first. Let's see. Gamma Ray Gabe is back. Don't miss Binary Bamboozle. Wow, look at this man. I want to follow his space adventures.
Oh, spooky chair.
The story about a spooky chair. Yes, that's correct, Wilson. This man is in a chair. He's sleeping in it. Actually, it's different people, aren't they? These are all separate, different people who are in the chair. Is that just like a dead man with bullet holes in him? He might be. Might be. Our friend Jimmy has learned of his fellow caretaker's complex racket, of slithering his way into the fading lives of the Westgate Gardens Convalescent Center. Oh, a con man. A special solution could make the victim, who had a very recent change in beneficiary, seem to have slipped into the comforts of a popular chair for the last time. Todd was able to cash in after the helpless had checked out. So Jimmy confronted this self-appointed reaper and is now living in fear for his mother, the newest resident. Todd may not realize the consequences of using one chair as the sacrificial altar atop his pyramid scheme of death. Oh man, is there anything more lower than a con man taking advantage of the elderly? It was none of your business, and now you're in trouble. Todd, I'll forget I saw anything. I won't tell anyone. Please, just don't do anything to my mom. If you get in the way, Jimmy, the worst will happen. You need to be like everyone else besides me in this deal. A ghost. Okay. Jimmy doesn't want to, but he has to think about his mother. Jim wasn't sure that he could trust that Todd wasn't going to just take him and then his mom out of the picture. Todd had a lot to lose, and it clearly wasn't a problem for him to get rid of Jim. It was just a matter of who struck first. But what's this now? Oh, man. A dead person appears in the chair. We're hungry, it says.
Jimbo and Bo Jim. Man, those guys suck.
Opinions about this musical duo. Jimbo the Legend O'Callahan. Bo Jim not Jimbo O'Callahan. Play guitar or your money back. Can you see pictures? If so, we can teach you guitars. Can your fingers do this? Why not play guitar? Can your other hand do this? Of course it can. 49 photos showing you where to put your fingers. Send no money. They don't want your money. Wow, that's generous. But back over here. Whoa! Get him in this chair. Okay. He's very agreeable to this. Later. Hey, Todd, man. Looking tired. Want to take a break and sit down? Shut up, Jim. Give me a key so I can lock up. I'll leave him on the green chair. That's right. That chair kind of looks like it has a smile on it. Yell, what? I'll leave him on the green chair. Gonna go get more bleach from the closet. Thanks for not handing them to me, jackass. I don't know why I hired him. Now that he knows too much, I gotta get rid of him. For good. He leans to pick up the keys. Wah! He yells as the chair comes to life and devours him. You were right, Todd. The worst will happen. I think that's the end. Okay, so Todd got what was coming to him. He killed the elderly in this chair. The chair came to life and wanted more. Well, I mean, he's just going to keep wanting more, isn't it? That's the problem. May have gotten rid of Todd, but the chair will still be hungry. Here's a radio.
Family is just so darn perfect that it hurts sometimes.
Wow, it's like these are dark inversions of the idyllic impression of 1950s life. I say 50s, this is 40s. 1940s American life. Turning it on its head with these dark tales. Well, the lights, some of them are on in this hallway.
Can't have the crazies playing in the supply closet, I suppose.
Yeah, this has a padlock on it. And we see some gloves over there. Gloves could be good for the acid bath. And here?
What do we have here?
Convulsinator Mark IV. Turn on the power. One other thing we can do with it is pick it up. Seems pretty heavy. However, when we pick it up, we can't actually walk anywhere. It just makes us stay here. We'll keep that in mind. Well, that's glowing. Sure, I can get that. I'm pretty sure I can get that. Am I not grabbing it in quite the right way? I'm not sure. Well, let's keep that in mind. My hands are not. My hands are just going right through it. Oh, hold on, hold on. There we go. Get my finger under that. That is extremely specific. I had to get my left index finger, I guess the right index finger would have worked as well, right under the latch and then flicked it up. A chisel. And a lower level. Gary, you need gloves to pull the tub plug. Something's wrong with the water. Will. Combo code 53841, starts left, alternates. Well, there absolutely was something wrong with the water. Will just didn't realize how wrong it was. Alright, let's me take a look at this. So let's see. I think we can see those popping up there. 5, 3, 8, 4, 1. There we go. Alright, we got some premium grade big chem gloves. I need some big gloves for some big chem. There are also some more cell doors over here.
Damn it.
Also locked. And also locked. Doesn't seem like there's anything in those. Alright, let's try that bathtub again. Thank you. Now, how do we get these on? Well, not like that. There we go. Just had to put it in just the right place, and now my hands are covered with gloves. Alright, let's pull that up. Oh, hold on, let me back up a little bit, hitting my desk again. There we go. Nope, still. Hold on. Back up a little bit more. There we go.
Come on.
Something at the end of this.
All right.
Some piece of schmutz. But what's important is that we got something in the bathtub. well. It's telling us to use the chisel because, oh no, we got tentacles on our arms.
God damn it!
The chisel's broken.
Fuck is your problem?
Yes, that's what Wilson says to the tentacle monster. What the fuck is your problem? Alright, well, there's stuff in there. We need to get that. There was a key, there was a page, but that came out of the drain. Well, a physical fight is probably not going to go very well. However, there is something that we have that might do the job. We turned this on before, but it didn't seem like there was anything to do. But now we can head back over here with it. Alright. 1, 2, 3.
Bastard, you gonna know what a hot bath is.
Yeah, bastard. Anyway, it's dead. And we have half a page.
Maybe I can...
I had a vision of the stones floating above my head. So it brings up the other half we got. And what if we... Alright. We put together a whole new page. Oh, my heart. My orb, that is. Alright. Another ability has been gained, but we don't know what that ability is. All we know is that there's another face in the orb. But this will tell us about it. It's the Wanderer. Turn the top of the device to reveal this idol. Throw the device. Control the direction by moving your hand. Catch the returning device. Or it will leave me winded if I don't. What do I want to throw the device at? Well, turns out this game does have combat. And we're going to get into some combat right now.
What do I do?
What do we do? We're going to pull this out. So some patients over there, I think they're patients, they're clumping together. Just got to touch them with my orb, my heart orb. And I control it with my hand after releasing it. It can take a while to come back, though. I can't control how long it takes for it to come back to my hand. So it can be a problem if I need it immediately. Like that, yeah. It didn't come back fast enough.
What do I do? What do I do?
What do I do? We're gonna throw a ball. It also said that if I miss it when it comes back, it'll just go in my chest and it'll leave me winded and vulnerable for a second. So gotta make sure that I do catch it in my hand on the way back. How many patients are there? Plenty, apparently. There's no shortage of clumping patients. I missed it. But it came back in time.
That's better.
Alright, that's everyone. Let's shove it back in. Alright, so we have a mystical, magical, technological weapon. That's a one advantage that the others don't have. I wonder how they're doing. Are they encountering clumping patients? It's very bright in there. And locked. But we did get the key from the bathtub. Let's open it up. A very large padded room.
So this is what the inside of one of these rooms looks like.
That door's boarded up over there. Seems odd that there would be a boarded up door in a padded room.
That's not coming off.
No, it's not. We can't get that off. Also, there's multiple doors. You wouldn't think a padded room would be like a passage for people to walk through like a hallway.
Shit.
The door ran away. It's on the ceiling now. Well,
Let's see if this thing still has some juice.
the heart? Sure. All right. You can see that there are paths of light, of like, electricity going to the door from those lights. All right. I guess it's going to behave now. Well, at least it's lit up in here. The observation room. But what were they observing? They're not observing anything now. But he's got a key. Got that key.
Note that the time is exactly 5:43 in the p.m. on October 20... What's the date? The 26th. October 26th, 1947. This is the 5th day of observation on Mr. Mosby, who was found rambling in the hospital halls, claiming that he undergoes physical and psychological changes when the moon is full. Dr. Loomis can elaborate. Doctor?
Thank you, Dr. West. The patient appears to be under severe duress at almost all times of the day and refuses to listen to reason. He continues to ramble about changing into another creature when the moon is full. Such wild statements would be normal for brain trauma victims, but Mr. Mosby appears to suffer no fractures of any kind on his skull, and all of his motor functions seem fine. There is the possibility of split personality syndrome, but he doesn't appear to show any symptoms that normally pertain to people with such illness, other than the rambling, which seems to stay consistent and coherent, oddly enough.
And what do you recommend for next steps?
Well, the proper thing for now is to keep him in a straitjacket and locked in his room. He should remain under observation for the next 3 weeks with an increased dosage of... What happened?
A power outage, I suppose?
Is the machine still recording?
That's strange. Yeah, it is.
Oh my God!
Sam, what the hell is happening?
I don't know.
Christ.
Help! Somebody help us! Herbert! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Well, they said that was October 26th, so that was earlier this day. They were observing someone named Mr. Mosby who seemed to be describing turning into a werewolf. They thought he was just imagining that.
Torn apart.
But he did leave something behind for us.
Could come in handy.
Oh, absolutely could come in handy.
Couldn't be easy, could it?
So the exit disappeared, as will happen in this hospital. However, this was the wall.
Moves.
He says, will this move? This was the wall that was at the end of the hallway. Clearly it got closer to us. So I just have to push it backwards. That's all. And... Alright, we pushed it all the way back. It's pretty, though.
Incoming!
What are you doing here?
That's no way to treat a pal.
Leave me alone!
Have a heart, Wilson. Oh, wait. Never mind.
Very funny. Alright, yeah, we did a little punch-out action on the bear. By the way, I did mention last time that this game does have some screen actor voices. I forgot to mention that the teddy bear is voiced by Paul Rubens. That's right, Pee Wee Herman himself. R.I.P. This door's locked, however. Got some poison. Do we need poison? Don't. Look up. Well, I mean, if you told me not to, then I have to.
Come here, you son of a bitch!
Get away from me!
Ouch! Ooh! Ouch!
Get that.
No! Come on! I was kidding! I'm a kidder! Ouch!
You little bastard!
I'm not done with you yet!
Jesus.
Well, he seems pretty done for right now. The bear seems to know Wilson. Said that he's an old friend. The shadow people, the living darkness, did not talk to Wilson or seem to acknowledge any kind of familiarity. The bear is very vocal, however, and seems to know something about Wilson.
Oh, it just keeps getting better and better.
Wilson doesn't sound surprised about that, but I guess that's one of the lesser surprising things he has seen tonight. Alright, well, we got this crowbar. Let's get it on here. Can I get two hands on that? No, I guess this is a one-handed thing. There we go. Yeah. Alright, crowbar still is in good condition. Let's put it away.
God damn it.
Well. Door is back on the ceiling. Gonna have to figure out what to do about that.
Great. Starting to think maybe I belong in here.
Well, this looks a lot older. More run down, full of cobwebs. And he's in a different position. He has something for us.
I don't like surprises.
Well, there's one key in there, and we took the other key previously. Turn both keys. And... So that door is always going to remain on top. That door is always going to remain on bottom. Now let's turn it once. No, turn it once, and let's go back and see what the room's like. Well, here's a power box. It's giving us the crowbar. This goes up and leads to the air conditioning unit up there. Oh, just bang it. You know, just bang it. There we go.
Finally.
That's how we turn the power off. Not sure why we are turning off the power to that air conditioning unit. I'm pretty sure we have to take it sideways, the other way, to get to the other one. Yeah, here's the other one. Thank you. That's both of them. Yeah, that's shaking quite a bit now. You'd think it would shake less if it didn't have power. Alright, now let's make the room upside down. Yeah, like that. So now we can access the air conditioning unit. And now let's, well, we're not bashing it. We got this end of it here. Oh. I think our crowbar could have survived that. It was made by Big Steel Co. USA. I mean, I guess it's not surprising. Everything we get has to break at some point, and the crowbar would have been very useful to just have in general, so... Easy come...
Give me my heart back, you bastards.
Easy come, easy go. Alright, we were destroying the air conditioning unit so it would bash through the door. I'm sure you figured out that was what we were doing. Let's go up there. And by go up there... I mean go down here.
What do they do down here?
There's the air conditioning unit. Yeah, that's closed. We're not going back right now anyway. Okay, so we're in like a dungeon? Some old location from the past that no one's been in some time.
Out.
Yeah, Wilson's asking, does this keep anyone in or out? I guess we're gonna find out. Alright, so we can...
Good to know.
Good to know, he says. We can pull this up. And when it's all the way up, hitting that will make it fall down. So that's like an emergency switch, I guess, in case someone needed to make this portcullis drop down immediately.
Time for my magic trick.
Yeah, Wilson's getting acclimated to it. He says it's time for his magic trick. No! Because that light's blinking. There we go.
Stand to brush up on some of this.
Hand-to-hand combat. So we did a little bit of that with the teddy bear. But let's learn about it. Okay. Where's my chair to rest my hand on? It's over here. Let me just get that so we can read this nicely. Okay, block incoming attacks with hands up. After successfully blocking an enemy attack, immediately counterattack by punching.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Which one, Wilson? The punch at the face? I guess so. Punch at the enemy's head. Punch at the enemy's midsection. Hitting harder will dispatch enemies quicker. Attacking an enemy without waiting for an opening will result in me missing. Watch out for enemies that attack from a distance. Use your superior thinking skills to outsmart them. So in this case, the guy's throwing a grenade. What do you think we should do to outsmart them? By the way, when we started this, did you think there was going to be melee combat? Because there sure is. Alright, so we wait for an opening. Basically, it's punch-out. Wait for the enemy to punch you, block, counter-punch. We can punch at the face or the midsection. It says hitting harder will dispatch them quicker. I don't want to do that because I might punch my desk. So I'm going to be more careful about it. Also, they might try attacking at a distance, and we need to figure out what we're going to do when that happens. Oh no! My ball! He took my chest ball. Alright, we're fighting a zombie World War I German soldier. Body blow, body blow.
I killed enough of you bastards.
Gotta wait for the counterpunch.
Come on!
He's backing up. He's attacking from a distance. He's getting his grenade.
No!
Nope, that was a bad throw. I gotta outsmart them, and by outsmart them, it means just throwing it back at them. Nope. No, that's right in front. That's right at my feet. Yeah, that killed me. Yeah, I do seem to remember the first time I played the game, figuring out the arc, like the motion to throw it correctly, was tricky. Maybe underhand. No, that went nowhere.
Come on!
Alright. Yeah, that was good. Alright.
One more time, you bastard. I killed enough of you bastards.
He's backing up. He's going for the grenade again. And also, as you might have noticed, we don't have our orb. He pulled it out of our chest as the fight began. I don't, in case you missed that. Alright, that went much better. Oh, he's got a big ring on his back on those grenades. Yoink! Nope. There we go. That's a real Looney Tunes solution right there.
Stay dead this time.
Alright. So, that's what the melee combat is like. Now let's get our ball back.
What the? Shit. Don't make them like they used to.
What does that mean, Wilson? It worked exactly like it was supposed to. We hit the emergency switch with the ball. And put that back in there. He'll be alright. His gun was crushed. They make, like, you know, little details like that where you might wonder, why don't we take their gun? No, the gun was also crushed under the portcullis. I guess we can't go through that door. We are just, Actually, where are we going? Did I not pull this all the way? Okay. That's not all the way up. Yeah, we're going back there. That, not there. Cheese. Well.
Didn't see that coming.
We're now in a different part of the hospital. We've completed a section. We started off with the living darkness, and then we made our way into the hydrotherapy ward. Then went through, defeated the tentacle monster. Went through the big padded room. Had a fight with our teddy bear friend. Learned about that there might be a werewolf in the hospital. And then had a punch out with an undead World War I German soldier. So, things are kind of heating up for Wilson here. We haven't met the friends again, but maybe we're hot on their tail. Maybe we'll meet them next time as we continue on with Wilson's Heart.